Joining me right now, because I've got some questions, CNN legal analyst and former federal prosecutor Shan Wu is here. So Shan, as Kara just laid out, the New York State regulator is asking for information kind of going back a decade. What is it that they're looking for in this, with this subpoena, do you think?
So they're looking for misrepresentations, fraudulent statements, and the key here, Kate, is they have to be material. As a prosecutor, that's what you're going to look for. And I'll give you a very sophisticated legal definition on how to tell the difference. So if you claim that your leg is hurt in the car accident, it still hurts, insurance company disagrees with you, probably not material. However, if they catch you out dancing at night, having a great time, jumping around, that's going to be material. So when your valuation of an asset goes up and down by the millions or tens of millions of dollars, that kind of trends more towards the being caught out dancing at night.
Never a good thing to be caught out dancing at night is what I'm gathering from our conversation here. What reaches, though, the level of turning an insurance claim investigation into a criminal investigation? What do you think?
That's going to be up to the prosecutors. And although the insurance company has been open about the fact that they received the subpoena, which they're free to talk about, it's quite possible that the federal prosecutors or the state prosecutors have already issued subpoenas. Those tend to be secret, and they ask the targets to keep them secret. So certainly, as the report was saying, they can make a referral to the criminal prosecutors, but the prosecutors don't have to wait for a referral. They're looking at this information. They heard the same testimony. They will open up something independent, and they could be doing that already.
That's fascinating. While I have you, I do want to ask you about I don't know what we're at now with Roger Stone. Stone is in trouble. Honestly, Shan, this is bananas. Stone's in trouble once again with the judge, again, in his criminal case. He re-releases his book, rather, and in it calls the special counsel, Robert Mueller, crooked. So now the judge says that Stone needs to explain himself once again and explain why he thinks he is not in violation of the gag order that she has set, and he has to do that by Monday. And this is the second time that she's hauled him into court over his public comments. We don't even need to go back and talk about the Instagram posting and everything that surrounded that. When does it reach the point where this judge, she just simply says, you've violated a court order and you're going to jail? I mean, where is the line? What is she considering?
She's considering making her record carefully, and certainly in the court of public opinion, I mean, my opinion too, is that he's crossed the line, but she wants to do it by the book. She is very by the book, controls her courtroom. She wants to give his lawyers...
Remind, for our viewers, for some perspective, you have been before this judge before. You know how she operates.
That's correct. I was subject to her gag order, and I will say that we, on the public record, nothing confidential, we were much more careful about it than Roger Stone has been. She's giving his lawyers the full chance to make their record, and she wants to make sure she has a proper record. I will tell you that, I have lots of rule number ones for criminal defense. Rule number one is don't surprise the judge. Okay to surprise the prosecutors, but don't surprise the judge. I cannot imagine why they would not have right away told her that this republication was coming out rather than trying to hide it. It makes no sense. It doesn't help him. And it can only be really poor legal advice or incredibly arrogant on his part to just ignore it. It just doesn't make any sense.
And on the theme of the problems and the risks of late night dancing also on the line of, am I crossing the violating my gag order or not, is never a good place to sit once, twice, at all. Good to see you, Shan.
Good to see you, Kate.